How are you guys? We're here again interviewing another of the member of the inner circle of the alternative investment space. This time is with Nathaniel. He's a well-known journalist. We're gonna hear about him. He's the one that covers hedge fund and all the financial, players in this field. Everybody wants to be interviewed by him. So he's the one that had a research, if we are telling the truth. And I invited you to hear what the insight he has to say about the alternative investment space, how he navigated, and what he's doing today. Nathan, thank you for doing this for the audience. Latin America, Miami, most of us are professional, but there is other people that want to enter into the alternative investment space. So they want to hear you. Please tell them about what you're doing these days and what do you think about the next steps for the industry.
So I edit a publication called Absolute Return, published by Pageant Media, which focuses on hedge funds. It's all about hedge fund trades, arbitrage, where people are making money in financial markets. And what was the second part of the question? What people want to do to enter the space?
What do you think they should know, Nathan? There is these people that is seeing us that are mostly in the financial sector, like you and I. But we have a vast amount of people that they want to enter into what we're doing. We have teenagers, like my son that is helping us recording this. You also have these young adults, the millennials. They start worrying about job stability and security, but they always feel like being a hedge fund manager, you are rich instantly.
Wow.
So why don't you tell the story of the reality of what we face in
unfortunately,
today?
it's not that easy.
It's not that.
Yeah, it's not easy to raise money. You have to be really unique and really distinct. And your strategy has to be something that's, like I said, unique. Focus on an area of the market where there isn't much coverage, where not a lot of people have done research, but where you think with your special knowledge, you can lend expertise and generate returns.
Absolutely. And listen, Nathan, one of the things that we are focusing again is fintech, education, artificial intelligence, machine learning, but it's also this hand-holding for the guys that want to know about business opportunities and how this is evolving, how data is changing everything. What do you think about education? The people that are listening to us, there is no shortcut like a day trading and all that stuff that I'm doing it, but I want you to tell them because they need the real people that belong to this stage like Sal to tell them. What do you think about education and why it's important today to follow the path?
Education is vital.
Absolutely.
The easiest way to get a job on Wall Street, to get a high-paying job, be it in investment banking, be it in trading, be it in asset management, is to do well in school, to go to a good school, and to get recruited out of that school, whether that's out of undergraduate or out of a business school or some kind of a graduate school.
Absolutely.
That's the one great thing we have in this country as an equalizer. No matter where you're from, no matter what your background is, no matter what your family's background is, if you do well in school, you get into a good college or university, you finish and you get good grades, and you accomplish things there, you will likely get recruited at a place where you want to end up.
Nathan, you touched something extremely important, and I'm one of those persons, no matter where you are from. We met years and years ago, and I don't speak English pretty well. I never gonna do it perfectly because of my accent, but you have to try it again and try it hard. Why don't you tell them about the obstacles, the failures, when you are an entrepreneur or a student or whatever you are these days and you encounter obstacles? Tell them about how do you overcome your obstacle personally as a journalist, because they think like we only report in the social media the good times.
That's right.
The pictures, the fun. But how about when we encounter those tough times where we don't know what path to choose?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a secret. Failure is a part of life. Obstacles are going to happen anyway, but failure is going to happen as well. And the important thing here is that failure is not necessarily a bad thing if you learn from it. And by the way, that's not even me saying that. Ray Dalio, who manages Bridgewater.
Listen to him. Tell them about Ray.
Ray Dalio, Bridgewater Associates, which is the biggest hedge fund in the world. That's what he says. And so it's very important to learn from mistakes. And mistakes are normal. We're human. We all make mistakes. But if you take the lesson from that mistake and apply that to your path going forward, you'll be better and you'll be able to overcome the next obstacle as it comes up.
Absolutely. Nathan, one of the other important things is, what do you think? You are in the other area, you're interviewing people most of the time.
Yeah.
Probably not too much people interview you. We're one of the uniques.
Really?
But let me tell you something, Nathan. Where do you see the industry is evolving? Because people say that we are hedge fund managers, we are the bad guys. We're not.
Yeah.
But obviously, the industry has been in the same position slowly, not being erased by the changes, but not being growing dramatically neither. It's a safety spot, but it's being there. What do you think is going to happen with this data, artificial intelligence, in all your research? What is your opinion, Nathan? What do you think is important for them to know?
Well, again, you have to be differentiated. The model of just being able to pick stocks, I mean, that's over. You can't really be a stock picking hedge fund unless you have some special niche of the market or some special method, or maybe you have something with artificial intelligence or with machine learning or NLP or things like that, again, where you can have an edge. But just going out there and picking stocks based on valuations, you can do that and you can maybe manage some money, but you're not going to be able to charge 2 and 20 and get rich. That's for sure. So those days are over. So you have to adapt technology. You have to look into new areas of the market, and you can't be afraid to try new things and adopt new technologies, like I said.
You are listening for Nathan. You shouldn't be afraid to try new things. Nathan, Latin America. There is some friend of mine, chief investment officers, some people that work at sales departments, some teams, people from Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Panama, my lovely Venezuela. What do you think about the region? And why do you think it's important, this combination between North America and we the Latinos?
Yeah. I think it's important. I love Latin America. I've been to, it's funny actually, personal anecdote, I was engaged to one from Mexico.
Really?
A long time ago. I almost married her, but I didn't. But anyway, so I travel a lot in Mexico. I love Mexico. I've been to Costa Rica, Brazil, and some other places. And I think I love the culture, I love the food, I love the people. And from what I've seen, it's a very hard-working culture. Very good work ethic.
Definitely.
Entrepreneurial.
A lot, you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, Mexico has like huge business, and Mexico can be a very big market. I mean, Mexico should really be a leading country in the world.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, with the natural resources that they have, with a growing population, with a young population, with people who are hungry, who are entrepreneurial, who are hardworking. So I think that there could be very good things for Mexico, like if they just kind of get out of their way politically a little bit. But we'll see. There's a lot that goes into it, obviously, and I don't want to talk about politics, but I do think the potential is there.
Listen, you touched something, and in this case, I'm not politically correct. Nathan, come on. We all are in this era where politics touch our life. What do you think is happening, Nathan? Where do you think the world is really going? Because there is some pros and cons in all of the potential sides. But I want your opinion, Nathan. I want you to tell, because these people that are seeing us today are the masses, are the people. And listen, we are at a certain age in life, but I also want to focus a lot on the new generation, the millennials, the kids, the guys that are seeing this and seeing it and feel like I want to be one day a guy that belongs to the SAL conference of the New Year's. So what do you think about political stuff happening in the overall world?
Well, it's a lot, and it's not always pretty. And that's why for me, I've just tried to stay away from it publicly, because people get very upset with, nowadays are getting very upset with it, on both sides. And, I just prefer not to go into that territory. And because I really don't want to upset people over that. Like upsetting people over certain things is okay. People have political beliefs. It's a little bit like with religion. You have religion.
Absolutely.
You don't want to leave that alone,
understand you.
And they're not going to change them anyway. No. So I just hope that we can come together. We can see the commonality that we have as Americans, as human beings, and that ultimately, like, I think left and right are really not all that far apart. Like the rhetoric is really out there. And like I said, people are very angry. They're saying all kinds of bitter, angry things on social media every day. You go on there. I prefer not to get involved with that because I just find it, toxic and a little bit, like I said, upsetting. So, to make a long story short, I just think it's important to focus on what we have in common and to go from there.
Excellent. Listen, I want to say thank you in the name of everybody that is seeing us today. We're gonna translate this interview into Spanish with subtitles.
Okay.
And definitely they're gonna understand perfectly what you're saying. I'm very
Okay.
happy you are the one being interviewing people, and today
Okay.
you accepted here
Yeah,
at Sal in
yeah.
Vegas to be interviewed by us. Thank you
Okay.
for helping. We're
Okay.
definitely doing
Muchas
a lot of
gracias,
things.
amigos.
And thank you very much.
Lo siento, no puedo hablar español. Bueno, so that's it. That's all I can say in Spanish, pretty much. Gracias.
Thank you.